Dear students, in today's short video lecture, we are going to explain what is Back titration. Let's look at the definition first. Back titration is a technique used to determine the concentration of an analyte by reacting it with an excess amount of non-reagent, then titrating the remaining reagent with another standard solution. This seems like a definition full of words. Let me explain it. Suppose this is the stone in your backyard and you are interested to know the amount of calcium carbonate that it contains. Let's say this gray circle represents the amount of calcium carbonate present in this stone. In order to find out the concentration of calcium carbonate, we are going to react it with a standard solution of HCl. For a moment, suppose they react in 1:1 ratio. If this gray circle inside the stone represent the amount of the calcium carbonate or specifically calcium, then the concentration of calcium can be calculated using a standard solution of HCl. In order to react calcium carbonate completely, we need equal amount of HCl. But in back titration, we would use more of HCl than what is required. So this was the amount that was required, but we have used this much. This means this is the reacted part and this black circle around it represents the unreacted part of HCl. Now, if we know the original concentration and volume of HCl, then we can calculate the remaining amount or the unreacted part of HCl after titration. This is what back titration is all about. Now, let me illustrate it with an example. Here is the example. 0.5 gram of eggshell was reacted with 25 centimeter cube of 0.5 mole per dm cube of HCl according to this equation. And the equation is calcium carbonate actually reacts with 2 mole of HCl to give you calcium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. First, let me calculate the number of moles of HCl involved in the reaction. We can calculate the number of moles using this simple formula CV. C represents concentration, V represents volume. As you know, the volume is 25 centimeter cube and the concentration is 0.5 molar. So simply multiply them. 0.5 mole per dm cube into 25 centimeter cube, but we are dividing it by 1000. As you know, the concentration over here is centimeter cube and we want it to be converted into dm cube. Now, this centimeter cube after dividing with 1000 would become dm cube, and this dm cube would get cancelled with this dm cube and we would be left with 0.0125 mole of HCl. So these are the total number of moles that we have used. As you know, all this acid won't react with the calcium carbonate. Some of it would remain unreacted. The excess acid was titrated against 0.5 mole per dm cube sodium hydroxide. The amount of NaOH used was 13.5 centimeter cube. Now, this HCl which remains unreacted was reacted with a standard solution of sodium hydroxide so that we could calculate the concentration of HCl that was unreacted. But before that, we need to know the concentration of NaOH. Again, we can write number of moles of sodium hydroxide is equal to CV. Concentration is 0.5 mole. So we would write 0.50 mole per dm cube into 12.10 centimeter cube divided by 1000. This would give us 0.006 mole. So these are the number of moles of sodium hydroxide used in titration against HCl. Now, as you know, HCl and NaOH react in 1:1 ratio. The amount of sodium hydroxide used is exactly equal to amount of HCl used in this reaction. Since the amount of sodium hydroxide was 0.006, we can conclude this is exactly the amount of HCl that remained unreacted in the reaction. Let's move further. Now we are into the third step. Let's determine the amount of HCl that reacted with calcium carbonate in eggshell. So here you can see the number of moles of HCl reacted is equal to number of moles of HCl initially minus number of moles of HCl final. So the total number of moles of HCl that we have used was 0.0125 and this was the unreacted amount 0.006. This is actually the unreacted amount and the HCl reacted comes out to be 0.00645 mole. Now according to this equation, as you can see, 1 mole of calcium carbonate requires 2 mole of HCl. If this much was the amount of HCl used, this means half of calcium carbonate would have been used. That is why we are gonna divide this 0.00645 by 2. This would give us the amount of calcium carbonate in eggshell. which comes out to be 0.00323. Let's look at a few used cases of bake titration. It is used for insoluble substances, like to find out the concentration of calcium carbonate in limestone when the analyte is a part of a mixture. For a volatile substance like ammonia can evaporate during direct titration. When a solid does not dissolve in a titration medium, again we will use bake titration. And finally, it is used when direct titration is difficult to carry out. So these are a few cases where bake titration is used. So that was it for today's tutorial. I hope you have found this tutorial useful. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.